Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, this is the craziest news I've ever seen since I've been playing this game, and this is literally just coming out right now. I thought I stumbled upon a thread from a long time ago, which I actually did. It was started in 2018 on someone that had worked in casinos asking if the boards worked similar to slot machines, where they're not totally random, but they have a certain percentage that they pay out. And someone just came into the thread and shared information that he figured out from being a beta tester that he was asked to not release by other moderators, it sounds like. And the information is that the boards are not random. What? This. Wow. Okay, so this goes completely against what we've been told from the start, which is people had their suspicions around this, obviously. And Small Giant addressed these concerns by saying the boards are indeed random, and it seems like they may have been skirting around the truth, which is that the boards are pseudo-random and are generated on the device itself. So what does this mean? This means that people in beta testing are able to preview the boards that are going to load in the regular game. Yes, that is true. They can go into a raid in beta, see what the board is, go back into the live game, and know exactly what board they're going to get in their raid, which counts for tournament attacks and for war attacks and for event boards if the event is live in beta and the game at the same time, which it sounds like has not happened very frequently. But what? In light of everything that's going on right now, this is crazy. And so far, Small Giant has not made an official comment yet, but that has been asked of them by one of the main moderators. I don't even know what to say. So I'm going to pull up some of the quotes here. Again, like I said, I was just getting ready for bed and came across this and was like, oh my God, I need to make a video about this right now because this is the craziest thing that I've ever come across for this game. And people need to know about this as it's happening right now. And right now it's happening. This just went up like 4 hours ago. So soon we're going to have a comment back from Small Giant, but apparently this issue has been known about for a while and nothing has been done about it. So all this stuff about people saying that beta testers don't have an unfair advantage has not been true. And I can't confirm that everyone in beta knew about this and was exploiting this, because it sounds like someone in here commented that they were a part of beta but did not know about this. So I don't think we should start a beta tester witch hunt, because again, this is not something that they created. This is something that Small Giant should have been responsible for addressing, to not have unfair advantages in the game, especially when it comes down to getting resources like loot. I'm getting worked up as I talk about this because, like, imagine just being able to get top 1% in the tournament every single time and never losing a raid attack so that you can fill your raid chest more quickly. Imagine, war attacks, knowing exactly what team to bring based on what board you're going to get. Like, the extent of the advantages is unreal and isn't just like, oh, you get to win more. It's like, no, you get better access to the resources that are the primary bottleneck in this game. That is just crazy. So I'm going to pull up some of these quotes that I pulled off the forum as sort of a pseudo question and answer thing, just so we can understand this from a greater perspective. And again, you guys need to let me know what you think about this in the comments, because this is absolutely shocking, to put it lightly. So let's look at some of these questions and answers to better conceptualize this. So we're talking about raids, events, story mode, wars. Need specifics, please. All of the above. If it's in beta, you can hop into a live game and open the same feature and get the exact same board. Think about that for a second. Beta world map is the same as the live world map. beta raids and tourneys, live raids and tourneys, beta event, live event, etc., etc. Now, we've only had the beta event and same event in the live game at one time, so like the challenge events or whatever that I know of. And we don't have beta wars, but I don't know if it was always the case, and still don't know if raids can transfer to war boards. I think I read another comment where this was confirmed. Don't quote me on that. I can't find it right now. But it does seem like this is possible in wars as well. Possibly Titans also. Like I said, we don't know if raid transfers to wars, but it looked like another beta tester had hopped in and said that it does seem to be true for wars also. But all this aside, the point is if a small group has an unfair advantage, it either needs to be fixed or everyone needs the advantage. I want a fair and honest game. This polluted that. So it seemed from how these earlier posts were phrased that this was just weighing on this person's conscience as knowing this and being like, I don't want to keep, and being encouraged to keep it a secret. So I'm appreciative of people like this who do the right thing regardless. Here's another comment. Knowing what boards will come up is a huge advantage in war. You'd be able to put together the right team every time. That's bad. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. In theory, a beta tester could use this and fill a raid chest in the minimum flags every time, never lose a match in a raid tournament, and potentially know what board they are going to get in war and to bring the right team for it. So that begs the question, as you can see right here, do they remain the same after you've made an identical move? In other words, are the new tiles added to the board the same as well, or is it just the opening board? So I didn't try it. This person says this is the same Whistleblower. I actually uninstalled beta. According to a teammate, yes. And multiple boards as well, apparently. I think he played 3, maybe 4 in a row and said they all transferred over into the live game. So usually when playing, you can see whether you have a predominant amount of one particular color. You could bring a team emphasizing that color. You wouldn't have to actually screen record to know exactly what's going to happen in the board. You could, but just knowing the overall trend of that board is going to give you a huge leg up. This is crazy. So raid boards and tourney boards are the same. It applies to both. So raids and tourneys use the same boards as they're both technically raids using the same mechanics. You can open a tournament match in beta, open a raid in game, and you get the same board, and vice versa. You can open a raid match in beta, tournament match in live game, same board. So I wanted to include these things just to clarify the issue, but yeah, I don't even know what to say. So one of the things that feels the weirdest about this to me and the most unsettling, I really hate to say, is that apparently this has been a known issue for years. For like 2 years, this has been known about. Not between everyone. Again, I'm not trying to throw any beta testers under the bus here because I don't know any of them personally, and I don't know that any of them were personally involved, so I want to make that very clear. It's just that this has been a known issue for years as a potential exploit, and it's been brushed off. And the worst part about it is that a lot of people on the forums would make people feel crazy for feeling like things are not entirely random. And there's 2 layers to that. One, it's sort of true, because what does seem to be confirmed here is that the seed of the board, while shared between the beta account and the live game account, while the seed is shared, the seed itself is random. And it's not based on what teams you're bringing. It's not based on other things like that. So this does appear to be a confirmation that, in a way, the boards are random. But the fact that the seeds were shared between, and this was a known issue, which seems like a simple fix, was just a situation that potentially allowed people to exploit this for years. Oh my God. I'm really still processing this as I say it, and it's... I don't really know how to feel about this. Since I started making this video, Small Giant has responded, which I'll show their response here in a second, but like, it's been a known issue for years, so I cannot confirm that it's a known issue that was brought to Small Giant, but it's a known issue that was being brushed off by, it seems like, certain moderators, either in the beta group or for the forum. I'm not really sure how that works. I'm just quoting what I have been reading from the quote-unquote whistleblower for this thing. But that's a long time. And like, the other part of it is like, okay, if someone's just been able to get top 1% every single week, and the next person is having to pay 75 gems or 150 gems to get top 1%, top 5%, I can't remember the last time I haven't had to pay. And that's just a small trickle of money that is only being expected from some people and not from others. So like, the implications of this, I think, are beyond what I'm able to conceptualize right now in this moment, because this just hasn't been out long enough for me to have thought about it very clearly. Again, like I said, once I saw this, I was like, oh my God, I need to make a video for this, because this is absolutely crazy. If there's ever been breaking news in Empires and Puzzles, this is breaking news. So, oh man, in so many ways, the next week to 2 weeks is going to be very weird, because one, this is going to blow up everywhere. Two, we're still waiting to see what's going on with this Telluria Vela situation, and like, God, it's hard for that to feel as significant when something like this is around. So another interesting thing that I'm not aware of is like, what is the size of the beta group? What percentage of the population is involved in this and could have been potentially in a much better situation? Again, I want to reiterate, I'm not accusing any beta testers of exploiting this kind of thing. It's simply just a fact that it was available, and very likely that people, if they knew about this, would be using it, because I mean, it's sort of a low-hanging fruit to make the game easier, It doesn't hurt anyone, but it's not ethical. So yeah, man, what a ridiculous, crazy week for Empires and Puzzles. So let's look at the staff post here so you can see how this is being addressed right now. Okay, so here's the staff response. I believe this Haltu, not sure. I'm pretty sure that is the owner of Small Giant. I'm pretty sure that's the main person. When they were bought by Zynga, he was the one making the announcements. And then Petri is the kind of point of contact for the forum, the person that often disseminates information here. But we've now fixed the issue for future beta imports. We'll also force a re-import to make sure no one can abuse this in the upcoming war. That seems like clarification that this could have been abused in wars, and this is coming straight from the horse's mouth. Again, I really appreciate the report. I have no doubt that this has been discussed before somewhere on the forums, but I didn't find anyone at Small Giant Games who has heard about it before. Wow. As if they would tell us if they had and just unravel a conspiracy for us. Not saying it's a conspiracy, but you know what I mean. If you spot a bug or vulnerability in the game that can give an unfair advantage to someone, please do not hesitate to contact support. So like, super political answer, but like, one, this seems to confirm that this was possible in wars. Two, why was this going on for years if it was such an easy fix? Like, I guess the biggest thing that could be a conspiracy is, was this brought to their attention and nothing was done about it? Or did no one tell them about it for some reason? Because it sounds like the person who is disseminating this information, this sort of whistleblower here, was told to keep it quiet. So I don't know what the whole background of that is, but it's suspicious at the very least. So this is the latest. It appears like it is fixed now, and I think a lot of people will just fix it on like, oh, it's fixed. Okay, we're good. Okay, but what about the last 2 years where a group in the game has been getting an unfair advantage. That could have been easily fixed. Like, what about that? How are we supposed to feel about that? What is supposed to happen about that? I think we're going to have to come back around to this as more information comes out, but I wanted to make this information available to you guys so you can be a part of this, because this is what's happening right now, and this is huge. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Sorry, it's been sort of a heavy week in terms of game announcements. I wish there was more happy stuff going on. It's definitely been more on the intense side with bigger implications. So thanks to everyone for being supportive in the comments and being supportive to each other. I think it's important to have that kind of community. I've also noticed that only about 25% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed, so I'll make you a deal. If you feel like you're able to get the information that I present on my channel elsewhere, then don't subscribe. But if you feel like this is becoming a valuable resource for you to not only know what's coming in the game, but things that are happening in the game right now, definitely subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It helps me do more of this, and it makes it more rewarding to see the channel grow. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. So thank you to everyone that does like, watch, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.